Assalamualaikum and very good morning. Today we're going to do next topic, which is data modeling, data and process modeling. Okay, for any system, data is important because it has all the raw ingredient in order for us to come up with information. We will process the information, the data to become information. Okay. But in order to do so, we need to have a model. Okay. This chapter will describe what is data. It also describe what is process modeling concept and tools that we're going to use. Okay. Basically, we're going to use data flow diagrams. Okay, we're going to discuss a little bit about data dictionary and process description. Right. Okay, for the purpose of this class, we're going to use a logical model. Whereby we will draw entity, we will draw process, we will draw the storage. Okay, to describe the information system that we're going to develop. Okay, we're not going to touch about the physical model. We've done that in the previous subject. Okay. We're going to use graphical techniques to describe the information system, and the best method is to use data flow diagrams. Okay, data flow diagram shows how data moves from one entity to the next process, whether we store the data or we access data from storage. Okay, and there are several rules regarding this data flow diagram. Okay, a set of data flow diagram provides logical model that shows how the system does, what the system does, and what it does, and not how. Okay, it do this, it do this, it do this. Okay, but how is you need to observe and you need to interview. Okay, the same symbol, 4 basic symbol that we use frequently. There are 2 types of diagram. The first one is called gain and Sasson symbol. Okay. And another one, Jordan. Okay, yeah, you can use either one, but you have to make sure you use it consistently. Okay, this is gain and Sasson symbol for process. Okay, this one is Jordan. If you use the side circle, it is the process. Okay, straight line, same data flow. For storage, okay, gain and Sasson use this, whereas the Jordan use the parallel lines. Okay, while gain and Sasson use the square with thick goal here, while the Jordan symbol is just a bare square. Okay, so this is process, data flow, data storage, and the external entity. So basically only 4 symbols we're going to use for this data flow diagram. Okay, process symbol must have at least one input. Contains business logic that transform the data. process name, how to identify the process name, it has to be verbs. Example, apply current payment, calculate commission. Okay, so make sure process have a verb. Okay, apply current rent, calculate commission. Okay, simple. Example, okay, this arrow is shows the data flow. This is the process. Create invoice. Okay, now what if you put a non-verb? Example, creation of invoice. Creation is not a verb, it's a noun. You might miss the mark. Okay, might miss the mark. Okay, this one is, it shows the data flow. The data flow in is from it is the service performed data, and data flow out is the invoice data. Okay, second example, grade student work. Grade, we give grade to student work. So data flow in is submitted work. For example, you submit to me, the data flow into me is submitted work. The data that after I have processed the student work is the grade work and student grade. Okay. Okay. The symbol for a data flow is aligned with a single or double arrow. This is single arrow. Okay, we can have double arrow, meaning that we have another one arrow here, meaning data flow out and data flow into. Right. Okay, data flow symbol. Following data flow and process. Okay, this is the wrong one. This is the wrong one. Okay, data must flow in and flow out. Flow out. Okay, flow. This is both flow out. We don't have input data. Okay, this is both input. Totally wrong. This one also wrong. Date of birth, calculate grade. Okay, this one wrong because you calculate grade based on date of birth, which is totally wrong. Okay, you calculate grade based on student submission. Okay, data store symbol. Okay, this one for gain and success. Gain and success using this symbol represent data that the system stores. The DFD does not show the detailed contents of data store. Specific structure and data elements are defined in data dictionary. Okay, when you come to database topic, we will learn about the data dictionary and relationship between tables. Okay, a data store must be connected to a process with a data flow. Okay, so if you want to use this symbol, this data storage, it must have data flow from one process, right? For example, this one. This is the data storage. Okay. Post payment to daily payment. This is storage. This is access. Okay. To prepare deposit, we need to access data from daily payment. Right, this one's the correct. Okay, create invoice, stored into account receivable, and okay, we access the account receivable for us to prepare post payment. And when we have done post payment, we will store back the data into our account receivable, which is called payment details data. Okay, this is the correct one. This is the wrong one. Incorrect. Uses of data store. Two data store cannot be connected. Okay. By a data flow without an intervening process. Okay. And each data store should have an outgoing and incoming data flow. So if you look at here, this data flow have incoming, outgoing, incoming. This is outgoing, incoming, outgoing. Okay, this one it has only this one outgoing. It doesn't have the incoming. Okay, so make sure when you draw, it has incoming and outgoing. Entity symbol shows how system interface with outside world. Okay, let's say if you're talking about student registration system. Okay, student registration, student is used by student, and student is the external entity. Lecturer who use the system, okay, is not an entity, because the lecturer is part of the system. Okay. A data flow diagram shows only external entity that provide data flow system. Receive output from the system. Okay. DFT entities also are called terminators because they are data origins and final destination. Okay. For example, student registration system. Okay. The beginning entity is the student. What are the outputs? The outputs, you need the grade, and grade will be sent to your parents. The grade will be sent to the sponsor, your sponsor. The sponsor may be yayasan, or maybe GPA, or maybe PT, PTN. So those are the external entities.